Hello, it's me Luzak. Another commentary of the being glitchless matches. Now we go to the groups. This is the group A or the first group. With Pikain, me, special trigger. And I was talking about I'm probably not gonna commentate my matches. I've decided if I do all of them, that I do all of them. At least I'm gonna try. But with those, I'm gonna take a little bit different approach. Probably, I'm not gonna commentate on what I should do or what I'm willing to do. Probably, more so why did I do some stuff that I did. And of course, third match is Pikain versus Trigger, so it's gonna be normal commentary from this point. I don't remember those matches that well. Probably if I see the board, I'm gonna have to refig them once again. But overall, I kinda remember those. I remember how they went, but I don't remember the goals exactly. So firstly, I'm gonna check the goals because, yeah. This one I remember one thing. This is a special situation with the Grand Staircase strat. So we have brew a potion Venom. We have used the potion cauldron in Hospital Wing. We have used 4 unique potion cauldrons. And did we have anything else? Was there? No, not in this case. Oh, and clip the gnomes. That's why. Okay, and there is strong relationship between those goals because you can go to the toilet and sorry for a second. I'm gonna mute my phone. There's a strong connection between those 4 because you can go to the toilet, spawn the gnome, redo some gnomes, get the ingredients to get potion from Hospital Wing. Because of that, you're gonna get one of unique potion cauldron. Because you spawn gnome and do the ingredients, you can brew a potion of gnome. This is a strong Grand Staircase strat, so obviously it's nice to go there. I actually don't know. I would have to analyze each situation, what to do in each one of them. Firstly, what you wanna do is go straight forward to it, because if you wait or do something in the meantime, firstly our opponent is gonna be ahead, and secondly, what's gonna happen is the door is gonna close on you because it's on the cycle. Okay, so I did poorly. I'm gonna talk about my next set of moves. I kinda didn't know what to do, to be honest. I was overwhelmed, and to be honest, my first reaction to it was, I don't like this. I'm hating it because I knew this what was gonna happen. I don't remember the exact thing that I was doing. Yes, spawning the gnome, now the ingredients. Special trigger as well, doing the same. Probably I went with the gnome as fast as possible to brew a potion. And trigger was doing some clips with a gnome or doing the potion. Okay. What I wanted to do originally, I remember, is taking this. Oh, I think I was thinking about it, but then I decided not to. To go to Hospital Wing, to get. Oh, sorry. What's the spoilers? Let's skip forward. It was here. I thought I had a pen. What was my plan? To get a brew a potion with a gnome, get hospital wing, and in the meantime get this. And let special trigger take the clip nose. The problem is I have to assume trigger is gonna rush it, and there's no really a reason for him to do so. That's why I decided, from what I see, I haven't seen these videos, so I'm not 100% sure what my opponent was doing at certain times. But from the looks of things, it was a correct decision to get this gnome. Now, I don't know what actually is going on. If he's clipping the gnome or is he going to the potion in the hospital wing. That's why in this scenario, to be honest, I should have skipped this part earlier. But I went back. Special trigger actually goes for hospital wing. Okay. And I waited. And I waited. Then I waited. After this, I waited. And I waited. To be completely honest, I thought the special trigger was dipping the gnomes, and he was already on those. I don't have ingredients to go to hospital wing. I decided, okay, I'm gonna give it a... Doing all the rest with the gnomes and hospital wing is gonna take trigger quite some time. Actually a little bit less than I assumed with his route. But still took some time. I decided, okay, I've already lost so much time after the gnome, I should have just skipped it. And special trigger. Actually, I knew what that was going on, so I could go back and dupe those gnomes, but to be completely honest, I would lose the momentum, and special trigger could have gone to any other place. But let's see the rest of the board, because we haven't analyzed actually the board. Let's get, for example, green. So we have potential clip of the gnomes out of bounds. I know the trigger isn't doing it, but he could go in at any point. And there are strong Gryffindor challenge, because there is Gryffindor challenge here, and we have challenge stars, so it's always nice to do. And complete Gryffindor challenge. It's a kind of fast level to begin with. In the long run, there are cards like gold cards, so we have to collect some silvers, but also collect some bronzes, so both of them. There is buy 4 cards, buy with Nimbus, so that's something to keep in mind. There are 2 boomslangs, so it's another way to start, but to be honest, I was expecting trigger to rush for the toilet, which was correct. And after Gryffindor, I was thinking about getting different challenge stars. Okay, let us continue. I was wondering if I shouldn't start with the Scourge. If I remember correctly, yes, because there is fast defeat Peeves, but I decided to go for the Gryffindor challenge nonetheless. Which turned out to be good, because trigger could have gone for Scourge at this point. So I went to Gryffindor challenge to get this stuff. Of course, trigger could have been there, but I would be ahead, because he claimed Potion and Cauldron in Hospital Wing a little bit later when I left the area. So 9 Gryffindor challenge stars. I think it's best to avoid the ceiling one. I think it's the slowest, but actually I haven't calculated it, but it should be slowest out of all of them. I wanted to, but I decided not to, because it would be too slow. It would be faster to achieve this goal, and trigger is going for the clip the gnomes, so I kinda knew I was safe about where the trigger is. Okay, now what Trigger can do is go to Gryffindor Challenge. I'm fine with this. But what I also he could have gone for is Scourge, which I kinda needed. Because there is open chests in Scourge, defeat thieves, and there are cards, right? If I remember correctly, or no? No, there weren't cards. So that was a potential problem. So then my plan was, okay, I'm gonna go to Scourge, and I'm gonna try to rush it. I don't remember if I'm pretty sure Trigger get the defeat piece and he's gonna insta-lock it. And that's why I'm gonna know that he's not in Gryffindor Challenge rather than in Scourge, and I'm screwed. I think I'm gonna enter Scourge before he marks this. Yeah. Of course, Trigger could have gone for Gryffindor Challenge, then I would be saved, but fortunately or unfortunately, it's gonna be the case. I've decided to skip this stuff because I was worried. Actually, I could have gone for this for the chest previously, just to open this chest. I could have gone for because it's fast enough. Trigger's doing the piece. He insta-locked it, which is understandable. He doesn't know where I am. Maybe I was already here, and he steals it from me. Now I see I'm behind Peeves, not by that much. I'm pretty sure Trigger went for the first card, right? Yes, that's why I was much faster. Well, at least only chest. Okay. He doesn't go for the card, probably because he was afraid I was there. So he goes for the Peeves chest. Now I see it's gonna be a problem. The only comeback that I could have wished for is Trigger's going for everything in Scourge, which was timing would be correct. He didn't go for the first bronze card. That's the different part. He skipped this one. Just go through the Scourge. But from the timing, I was thinking he went for the first bronze card in Scourge. That's why he's gonna do everything. So probably he's gonna go down to get everything in Scourge, with the chest being around here with the bronze card. I've decided to skip that and skip practically everything in Scourge to maybe catch up on getting fast chests in Scourge. So as you can see, yeah, triggers are going down. That's why I've won this, because this part is very long. Even if there is chest around here, it takes some time, and there are faster chests later. I was thinking about skipping this one. I could have skipped this, to be completely honest, but I was a little bit afraid that I'm gonna skip too many chests, and Trigger is gonna do them in the meantime. Also, there's ingredient that I wanted to go for, but again I decided that I have to rush it. So I knew I would be behind on the cauldrons, but it's kinda a problem if I didn't. I didn't even go for the top chest. Because I was worried that it's way too long. I got this chest just in case that I was behind, and I was able to get this Scourge even if I knew Special Trigger was there. I'm very much ahead on 21 challenge stars, so that's good. Okay, so I wanted to dupe potions for some reason. Then I went to Spongify right away, I'm pretty sure. Yes, to get this goal, getting some imps because there were imps, some pixies, getting ingredients for the potion cauldron. Yeah, and finish collecting challenge stars because I'm not having enough. And from this point of view, Special Trigger can do some places, Gryffindor challenge, Spongify as well, He doesn't really know where I've been, so it's hard to predict from him. What's then actually next objective should have been. Went for the Gryffindor challenge room. Yeah. Which I'm unfortunately for him gonna snipe unless he doesn't go there, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna. Yes. So he goes for this and I go for Spongify. I think I've waited a long time. I remember I kinda forgot about Gryffindor challenge, so I'm gonna see how close I was. But now I'm collecting this. Killed 3 imps. I think I go back for the first imp, which is unnecessary. I'm pretty sure I did later on. Getting some strength stars. Yeah, I was right there. Trigger is going for the fast complete Gryffindor challenge to cut me off on this from this, but unfortunately for him, I was already in Gryffindor challenge, which, to be honest, makes sense from him to assume that. He could have thought that I did Scourge earlier, and then was holding chess in Scourge, not being behind him, but outsniping him from this goal. So then he goes to the Bicorn. Wait, let's see what there is in Bicorn. I'm actually surprised he didn't go to Boomslang. So there is Bicorn this, Bicorn that. There are a lot of pixies. There's a potential for potion ingredients. There are nice cards. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be behind on cards in this. So it's a good opportunity to go for because of the timing that I've got Gryffindor challenge. I probably went to the Spongify already. So special trigger would be behind on me unless he do some weird stuff, but I don't think you can skip anything really. You could have skipped the imps, that's the only thing you could have done, but I was a little bit too much. Well, he could have steal from me because of the imps, but it would be challenging. I don't think so. It would be challenging or impossible, I'm gonna say. I wasn't collecting any cards. Wait, there are Gen Stars. Oh, and Gargoyles. I was thinking. I forgot about this even when running, I think. Well, I wanted to cast on it, but I wanted to do two things at the same time. Kinda failing. Special trigger getting bronzes, he skips the silvers, which is understandable choice, as we've seen in the previous match. I'm getting some pixies. There are a lot of in Spongify, so I'm not gonna be behind on them by that much. But special trigger is gonna be on a good way to do those. So what's the next options for myself, because trigger is gonna be in Spongify for some time, so I'm gonna claim soon as Spongify. So it's gonna be this, and I'm also gonna have this, and this. So spell challenge related are practically gone. I'm completely fine with that. So the other goal that I was thinking of was Tentacular Heads, and thinking about them. To be honest, at this point I was thinking, okay, special trigger probably went to Boomslang, so this and this. So then I decided to go for the goal. To go for the goal, complete some pixies. I don't remember about the cards. I think I got some cards, and potentially knock some gnomes with the mushroom. Triggers went to the bicorn, but that's fine. Although that later on, I remember that this gave me an information because he's doing bicorn way too long, because bicorn takes a lot of time, and he should have done boomslang way earlier. So it gave me information he didn't went to boomslang. Thinking this imp doesn't matter because I was on 3 imps, and now I would need 5 more. So I have to go to chamber, and this is the only place that I can actually finish this goal. But now I've done 4, so when you do 4, you need 4 more. The only place you can do it is again chamber, in practically the same amount of time in the same place, because forest has only 3 in forest. So this skill doesn't really matter. I shouldn't have gone for it, but just I saw the imps and I decided to progress. But it's always nice to remember if you really need those objectives that you're going for. And did I go for gold? Oh, I wanted. I also went for the potion cauldron because there isn't in a way, and you can collect some ingredients later because it's a nice goal to collect in the meantime. Kinda took extra time, but again, I thought he was in boomslang, so. I remember entering the dungeons, I was a little bit worried, because at this point, I wasn't sure what to actually do, because Trigger should have completed boomslang by now. He was either holding it, but that would have been kinda unexpected for me. So my guess was boomslang is too early, yeah, and getting the Spongify because he might be right behind me. Oh, something happened. Special Trigger could have assumed that I went to boomslang right after, so it would be weird for him not to claim those goals, especially because they're kinda fast. So I kinda was thinking he went to boomslang, but he's not claiming those. Where is he? To be honest, I was kinda worried he's in gold, but I wasn't really sure what his plans are. I remember I was expecting bicorn, but yeah, he could have been in gold as well. I remember that I went for the... Because he didn't went to boomslang, there was a potential possibility for me to go there. So I went for 1 gnome. So in this scenario I have... Where is it? 1 out of 4. And in the way to boomslang there are 2. And in boomslang itself there is 1. So that comes to the nice number of 4. It cost me a little bit of time, but actually that gnome would have been better. Would have? I think? Probably? I'm pretty sure. But let's continue. Actually, I'm interested in what triggers do now, because now he should have gone to gold or boomslang. Well, boomslang is more understandable. Of course, I could have hold this boomslang, but I wouldn't really. I don't know where Trigger is. He wasn't collecting any goals. So I was worried he's holding a goil or bicorn. In my scenario, it would be worse if he holds a goil. Usually you don't hold boomslang that much. I think that was the reason I was collecting cards as well. At least some of them, because I think I went for both of them. So I was collecting some of the cards. This would be a good opportunity to cancel the Hess. With getting this card, you can cast on this Lumos. This Lumos activate the cutscene and stop the Hess animation. Of course, we need glitchless, so we cannot cancel the Hess animation. A special trigger went for the cauldron and went back. Maybe he was worried that I'm already finishing the boom slang, which would be interesting, but I cannot. Okay, from my point of view, from his point of view, I would say I didn't grab any goals that much from some time. So I could have been in Boomslang, yes, but I would already finished it and must have held it for quite some time for trigger to do half of the bicorn, with half of the bicorn with the potion ingredients and bicorn itself. So I would hold Boomslang for at least 2 minutes, which is a lot for me to hold something that I don't know where trigger is. And from the way I was marking Spongify, and I wasn't holding it too much, so special trigger should have known my actual location. He could have assumed that I wasn't in Boomslang because he could think that if I went to Boomslang and he was right behind me because I got the Spongify and trigger wasn't collecting anything else, so in this scenario I would have claimed Boomslang a couple seconds after I finished it. To be honest, now when he didn't collect the goil, I was a little bit confused. I didn't know what trigger is actually doing, so my guess was, okay, he's not in goil. But is he going to goil now? Might be going to goil. But my guess was he wasn't in goil and he wasn't in Boomslang. So at this point, I was thinking, okay, he wasn't in Boomslang, he already would have collected it. He wasn't in goil because he would already collected it. So he's somewhere else. He was somewhere else, holding something. And the only level are chamber and bicorn. And to be honest, from me, I assumed it was bicorn because it just looks better. It is better because chamber there are only secrets. Although there are pixies, but to be honest, it's not that much. And imps that he cannot finish because there is no forest. And I've already done Gryffindor Spongify challenge. Although he could have been there, of course. But to be honest, I was kinda expecting and hoping he went to bicorn at this point. So I kinda assumed he was in bicorn at this point. Although he could have still hold the goil, but I don't know. I got 4 of the tentaculars here because in Boomslang there are 12. That was my next destination. 4 in goil, that gives 16. So I only need 4 more in goil. And in the goil itself there are, I think, like 11 or 13. So it's not enough to get tentacular heads just by in goil. And there is no defendo, so I have to go to Boomslang either way. If I go to Boomslang either way, I have to complete this goal either way. Then I have to get 12 tentacular heads either way. So that's why I only needed those 4. They didn't collect the earlier ones. I was collecting some barks to have some advantage on the potion cauldrons and have some ingredients for the future. I didn't have like great plans behind those. And now special trigger collects the bicorn. To be honest, I don't remember now exactly what was my like train of thought. If it was okay, now it's time to collect gold because I don't know where he is, or my train of thought was okay. He now collected bicorn. He didn't collect boomslang, so now he's in gold. Not the other way around. I don't remember which one of them, but in both of these scenarios it makes sense, I would say. Trigger gets the bicorn, but he gets the bicorn before I got the goil, so that's understandable why he got this. Now you might be wondering what I'm doing. What I'm actually doing, I'm getting 50 beans, because I was very close to it, and I'm actually gonna buy the ingredient to get the third potion cauldron, because now on my way to boomslang with this, finishing this, getting a little bit closer to this, and getting the third potion cauldron, and there is a nice one in the greenhouse. I obviously don't know his whereabouts where it comes to potion cauldrons, but you do it anytime, even if you expect your opponent to do so, and that he did some even more. Maybe he's gonna leave it in the late game. It's always worth to progress at least a little, unless it loses you a lot of time, then of course it doesn't matter. This gnome I was kinda afraid that the mushroom's gonna miss, but fortunately it hits, as well as in gold. I remember the gnome, the gold was also not the greatest. So Special Trigger decides to go for this, probably thinking he can steal Tentacula heads without going to boomslang. That, to be completely honest, I think he don't think at this point that I went to boomslang collecting this gold, and that was unfortunately Trigger's mistakes. Understandable why he didn't go to boomslang, although if he was already in this place because I saw him in the greenhouse, he could have risked it, to be completely honest. At least I would have. I've already invested too much time. Of course, now Trigger could be in boomslang, that's why I'm gonna mostly rush it. Just getting this gnome, and getting those gnomes because he might be very close as well. And at this point, with my amount of goals, there's no really need for holding those. Getting last Tentacula heads, and getting another 2 goals, and completing the boomslang. And at this point, this game is gonna be finished in a couple of seconds. But to be honest, I remember I didn't calculate it well. I thought I needed 2 more. That's why I was collecting some stuff, just in case. And after boomslang, I went to get unique potion cauldron. That's why I've continued. And that's it. So in the end, buying the mucus wasn't really necessary, but to be honest, I thought I needed 1 more. Actually didn't calculate, I saw a lot of orange, but I didn't actually was thinking about it. So I got 4th in the meantime. Okay, that's the game 1, me versus Trigger. Unfortunately for Trigger, it didn't go so well for him. Mostly because of the beginning, I gave up on doing one of these goals at some point, which gave me a lot of advantage on Special Trigger, and to be honest, he lost quite some time and momentum because of the gnomes in the bathroom. I understand why he went for them, because it's very obvious for me to do those, so he wanted to steal it. I even could have done it in Gryffindor challenge, at least some of them. but I kinda knew that I was screwed and was losing a lot of time on these goals, because even if they are related and they are very close and they are very strong, they cost you quite some time. And probably I could have gone for Scourge first instead of Gryffindor challenge, but to be completely honest, I was kind of worried that Trigger would have gone there first and then he would have won this. Okay, so kind of unfortunate for Special Trigger, because in many places he was just following me, and he got scared about Boomslang. That's my guess. Okay, the next match. This is gonna be a lot of to talk about this one, especially because I remember that Pikain was winning at the start, and then I was greedy and was trying to predict everything, which I think kinda worked. I don't know by how much, but there's gonna be probably much more to explain. Okay, so let's check the board. What do we have here? We have some by Nimbus. We have Winter 10 duels. We have some bronze cards, 18 bronze cards. I don't think there were any silvers, right? No. So 2 duels, 18 bronzes, pretty standard. Spell challenge related, which is Defendo, Peeve, Spongify, another Defendo, Decanters, Spongify, Finish a Gnome, and Completion Stars. So spell challenges are kinda fine, but not as important, I would say. I actually don't remember what I started with. There are 2 Boomslangs. They're not like strongly related with anything else, but there are also Decanters with the Defeat Peeves on the Scourge, long-term goal with the Finish challenge, and 5 completion stars. So there are a couple of routes. I think I went to Spongify with the Gargoyles and Spongify Secrets, getting some Decanters that I think I skipped. I'm not 100% sure, but I might have skipped those. Pikain goes for the Boomslang. I actually don't remember that this game that well, so I might forgive some stuff. So he goes for Boomslang. It's a fast goal to do so, so it's a good decision. Probably better than mine. I also go to Spongify to get some imps in the meantime. I have possibility for better potions as well. But I think I gave up pretty quickly on this. So Pikain doing some Boomslang, and I'm going through the completion stars as well. So Pikain is gonna be very close to Boomslang, of course. Of course he does it. As I don't remember now when he claims those goals. I don't remember the early game, to be completely honest. I remember like second half of the game pretty well, but here I kinda don't. Pikain doesn't claim Boomslang, which is an interesting choice. It's kinda risky, but now he knows I wasn't in Boomslang, so it's completely fine for him. Especially my guess, he decided to hold Boomslang because he cut those Tentacula heads pretty late. If I were to go normally with normal route, I would have just gone right here, got those Tentacula heads, and then decide to do Shroom Stack, which probably Pikain knows that I cannot do this. He's stupid strat. Because of this, I would have claimed already this goal way faster than him by like 20 seconds. Because not only Pikain was doing his strat, which was slower, so he needs those, and from here he castled them. He even had some problems, so he re-jumped and castled them again. That cost him a lot of time. I would have already done it by a long shot. So because of this, it should be kind of obvious I'm not in Boomslang, so he can hold it because of it. At least that's my guess. That's something that I would have done. So if you make mistakes and do something slow, you can always take it to your advantage and make something of it. Pikain then decides to go to Scourge. Actually, to be completely honest, I think Scourge next would be a better decision for me, which makes me question Pikain decision, but to be completely honest, there's nothing like really else he could have gone for, because Diffindo is a slow start, to be completely honest. I could be in Scourge or Spongify, to be honest, and he has to guess it. There's no strong other levels that much, because we have one Goyle, one Willow, if I one Bicorn as well. Oh, two Slytherins. Actually, I could have gone for the Slytherin as well. I don't think I would have finished it by now, but it's another good start. Probably during the match I haven't even noticed it. But to be honest, even if I did, I probably would have missed that. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go back. I skipped those decanters and I remembered it by this point that I've missed those. I was even thinking of reloading the game, but it didn't make any sense at this point. So that way, the Spongify, especially with this mistake, wasn't that great of a level in the end. So Pikain is way ahead of this strong Boomslang. I don't remember who claims goals first. It's always a risk to claim goals first, and because when you give your opponent your first move, you're out, and the rest. Actually, at this point, no, I have to do secrets, so I have to go and jump here. At this point, Pikain also should have expected that I didn't start with the Scourge nor the Slytherin, so he can like discard this option from me, this, probably even this, and yeah. And what's left is like Diffindo, Bicorn, Spongify, which he probably assumed that I was already there. So Pikain, from the lack of information that he has at this point, he could have assumed that I was in Spongify. I kinda knew I was. There were two possibilities. Pikain is holding something, or he's right behind me or with me in Spongify. Other pixies? I don't think there are pixies. No pixies. Getting some ingredients, but I'm pretty sure I didn't get the potions. Pikain going for the pretty fast Scourge. To be honest, there's nothing really to do. Pikain going safe for the finish and spell challenge with Venom. It's probably obvious for him that I went to Spongify, or not? Okay, it wasn't obvious. Okay, so I take it all back. It should be obvious that I have gone for the Spongify. So that's why I was thinking that's the reason he claimed this, because now he cancels another lever from me, because this gives too much information. I could have assumed he went to Spongify and he was already there, but I'm gonna be completely honest, I didn't like the thought that he was so ahead of me, because I still need this, go there, jump, go down, get the gnome. Actually, you cannot do it. Spongify, right? Wait, you need secrets? Or, yeah, you need secrets. You cannot do it in Spongify. I take it back. So you cannot do it even in Spongify. Where else? There's potential for Rig 2, but there is no Rig 2, so he was in Scourge. So there's no point of holding those. I already knew he was there. If you claim something like finish a spell challenge gnome, which was a good decision, you can already claim the defeat piece. It doesn't matter at all. Okay, let's continue. But to be honest, from this point, what else could have I done? What other level I would have gone for if not Spongify? Which is like the third best level? Unless he was hoping that... Well, Pikain wasn't even getting off the goals, on any goals, so he wasn't sniping me on anything. And I'm not that huge of an expert when it goes to holding. Now Pikain gets the boom slungs, because I might have finished Spongify by now. Well, if he thinks that, he should have... Actually, he couldn't. He get this goal right away. So I understand. So he could have held the boom slug a little bit longer. So he got the boom slungs. Now, what I was doing now? Oh, getting some entry hole secrets. Did I go to Scourge either way? To be completely honest, I don't... Yeah, I went to Scourge either way. I was a little bit surprised that Pikain was holding finish a spell challenge with a gnome. I was thinking, okay, I already did one completion star. Let's go for another one with the Scourge, because I have to go there at some point. And he's not claiming this piece, defeat piece. I'm gonna try to steal it from him. That I remember now. That was my thinking. If he's not getting it, I'm gonna steal it from him, and that's what's gonna happen. That's a spoiler. I wasn't quite sure what Pikain is doing right now. And I got the piece and the Spongifies, because I didn't kind of know. In the retrospective, I could have assumed that, well, in the retrospective I would be thinking, okay, Pikain should know I was in Spongify, so I hold Spongify for the late game, or I claim it right away, because he already knows that I'm Spongify. There's no point of holding it. He's not ever gonna go there. Probably none of those were the reasons that I picked it. It was more so, okay, the next position is gonna be probably Spongify, so I'm gonna claim it right away, because getting the gargoyles is actually not that long. Unfortunately for me, it was a little bit too early. Imagine if Pikain went here with the save book, then he would have lost a lot of time. But it wasn't the case for me, so Pikain can skip second half of the Spongify. So I continue with the Scourge. I'm going to finish it as fast as possible, to not waste any more time. Now Pikain should know where I am. Spongify takes a lot of time, and I just claimed the Scourge, so he should expect for me to go Scourge. He gets the decanters, not really stealing it, but getting those decanters, which is good, because he makes sure that he claims this goal. Of course, he doesn't know that I skipped them in Spongify, so it wasn't really a fight to begin with, but he assumed that I was doing the correct decision and getting the decanters in Sketch and in Spongify as well, so he secures this goal for himself. Now, did I go to getting some secrets? Did I go to Slytherin? I should have gone, right? Getting this, getting entry hole secrets in the meantime. Being kinda slow because to be honest, I didn't really know what was Pikain doing. So that was, or did I? Maybe I was I don't really remember that well. That's why I'm not keen on doing a commentary on myself, because I try to explain what was I thinking and I cannot really know. Pikain is going for Diffindo. Let's check it for ourselves what we have in store. So I would have gone to Diffindo as well, actually, because Diffindo is the next good level for me as well. So collect cards in Diffindo, which would be beneficial for bronze cards, for example. Stack 5 shrooms in Diffindo, and yeah, let's continue. Yeah, I went to Diffindo as well to get those cards, so shrooms stack. I don't remember if I knew. There's of course collect 15 unique weekend 3 bark, which is a lot. You have to enter many levels to actually achieve that. So it was also kind of required for me to do so. So was Pikachu skip? I'm pretty sure he was holding it as well. He doesn't have information, so that's why he stalled the counters. So I'm actually surprised why he was holding this one as well, because I'm pretty sure I insta-locked it. But still, as you can see, I'm again behind the Pikain. Even if I steal some, well, his goals actually, I'm still behind on him. So, oh, and this, yeah, I remember. So he kinda directs the flow of the game in the end. So I got the shrooms, and I should insta-mark it because I don't know actually what's going on, to be completely honest. I have no idea what Pikain might do. I was kinda expecting him that he went for Spongify because he wasn't marking anything. But to be completely honest, I'm expecting Pikain to also hold goals for a long time. I remember I was skipping cards in Diffindo. I don't remember the reason why that was the case. Probably I didn't know where Pikain is, and I was afraid he was in Diffindo with me. To be honest, behind me, not like ahead of me. So I was just getting some of the bronzes, not everything in Diffindo. I didn't get the cards, at least not the silver ones. Probably because I was afraid that he's here, because he could have gone for Slytherin, which would be a better decision, to be completely honest, but I actually didn't know. So yeah, we both go through the Diffindo. So for sure he gets 6 wizard cards in Diffindo, which I'm not even trying to do. I'm also here for the unique weekend 3 barks. I'm not collecting every one of them because this one fell, I remember not. And being a little bit closer to the potion and also those snails. Getting a little bit closer to the potions, getting this mucus as well as Pikain did. I think Pikain is ahead on the ingredients because from what I've seen he has 4. both get spark. I don't see how many he had. So yeah, again, I'm behind him, not by that much. I'm also collecting this card because it's only 18. I'm actually quite close to the 10th one, so I might be even ahead on the bronzes. I know I've won this gold, but yeah, and he has 6 wait. What? There's one more card. Wait. Did he do... Don't fucking tell me he did the frog strat and re-enter Defendo. Or am I... Wait. No, he didn't. Wait. What? He didn't collect the last silver. Oh, sorry. He didn't collect the last silver. Huh? Collect 6 cards in Defendo. Okay, I don't know. Okay, so a little bit of a mistake. It was claimed a little bit sooner, but that's fine because he's gonna probably click this card in a few seconds, and I wasn't, so it doesn't really matter in the end. But that's an interesting mistake for both Counters and Pikain himself. So we continue. So I see that I was correct in my assumptions. So yeah, it's good that I was skipping those cards. So we're in exactly the same place. No, Pikain missed this card. Huh? Oh well, it doesn't really matter to be completely honest because it was already on those, but yeah, okay. The only different was that I thought he was finishing Defendo way earlier. I might have a lot of embarrasses. I'm pretty sure I didn't go to Slytherin, right? I didn't follow him that much. Yeah, I went to Pying. There's a nice goal to Pying. I remember I was holding it as well. Because I knew Pikain was ahead of me, leaving the Defendo. I knew he was gonna be ahead on something. Of course, you cannot really know which one of the goals, because both Slytherin and both duels are pretty good, and there's nothing else really to actually do. You could have gone for the Bicon, you could have gone for the Goyle, but to be honest, it's Slytherin or duels. But if I remember correctly, I might have missed that there are 2 goals in Slytherin. I would have gone there earlier. For some reason, I usually don't see the Slytherin goals. I don't know why. Maybe it's because throw a gnome at Malfoy and I don't see the letter Slytherin. The word Slytherin, I mean, not the letter. And I don't see Slytherin, so there is no Slytherin. That's probably the reason. And I know now Pikain is at Slytherin, which was, to be honest, correct decision from him. Because what Pikain knows that I was in Defendo, right behind him, couple seconds off, and he just finished cards in Defendo, so Luzak might be right behind me and being in the Slytherin in this very moment. Of course, he missed the last silver card in Defendo, but that's fine. Again, it wouldn't change that much. It only would give me a little bit of relief that we're very close in Defendo. That's the only thing that mattered, but because my decisions would have been the same. So Pikain claiming complete Slytherin.
Oh, he goes for the potions to get the ingredients. And makes sense because he got the potions pretty quickly. It wasn't like insanely quick, but oh, he missed the bronze card. Maybe he gave up on the cards in the end. No, he has some match checks, so so maybe it was he forget. So he goes now duels? No. Because I was holding duels for quite some time. Because I saw how many goals Pikain has, and I was like, okay, now I'm gonna have to be greedy. He goes, oh yeah, he goes for the Grand Staircase and getting those potions. And if I remember correctly, he goes to Chamber, which makes an interesting situation. Oh, I also bought one of the barks from the buyer, so I have more unique again 3 bark. I go there not for the Citrine of course, but for the secret, because I decided to go for the entry hall. I got most of them. I only missed the Gryffindor challenge one, which is gonna be interesting because I was sure I'm gonna get this goal, but by the looks of things, but you will see, Pika is gonna take it from me. Which I was also confused about because I somehow was able to get the Grand Staircase secrets, even though I was 100% sure Pika was gonna get it. But at that point I kinda had to. So he went to Chamber. I think he has imps. He should have, because he was in Spongify. So he's gonna be fine on imps as well. If I remember correctly, he claims imps. That's why I knew I could hold everything up for a long time. Oh, Pika has a little bit of problems with Pixie Proxy. It wasn't. I think it wasn't good RNG Pixie. Or he's going for the secret. Oh yeah, because he needs imps. So this path is the fastest. He has 4 or 3. So even with 4 plus 2 wouldn't be enough. So he has to go right there. So if he has 4, those 3 is gonna be enough for the 7 imps. I continue with the Bicorn, destroying the Ectoplasm, and 23 I can skip 1, and I think this is the only one that I've skipped, I'm pretty sure. I have to remember how many there are in Bicorn, because then I don't have to cast on the in the wheel section. So Pikain continues and killing those imps, so now he has 7, so he skipped the first one, which is understandable and good for him. That was a good decision in the end, but because of this, he obviously doesn't know where I am. I could have been in Chamber right after him as well, after Slytherin I mean. After Slytherin I followed him, and after Slytherin following I went to Chamber as well. Unfortunately for him, that wasn't the case really. That wasn't the case, so that's why he had to claim those 7 imps. So I knew he was in Chamber, because going to Forest wouldn't make any sense whatsoever. So he went to Chamber, I had a lot of time. I expected that he got the 7th, because that's the only way actually, from the second pair of imps. So I knew the exact location of his, so I could hold the duels even longer. I didn't go for the Nimbus, because that obviously requires some time. And I was hoping that Pikain, after me claiming later on the duels, is not gonna bother with the dueling to steal Nimbus from me. So I was slowly getting to it. I'm pretty sure I'm
check because I have 10 of 12. This is gonna be 11, and I was missing only Gryffindor challenge 1. Maybe I should have gone there, to be completely honest, but I'm pretty sure I went to Goyle right after that. But I'm gonna be honest, I was hoping that Pikain wasn't thinking about entry hall secrets, that he gave up on this. I don't remember if I was thinking about this secret or the Goyle, but then I decided it's gonna be Goyle, because after Chamber he could have gone there. Gone to Goyle or Bicorn. Or Grand Staircase, then Goyle with the Bicorn. Which, if I remember correctly, I was kinda hoping. So Pikain deals with the Basilisk, and he claims complete Chamber. It was a little bit too long for him not to complete Basilisk, so I remember I thought that he's probably finished Chamber itself. I got the bronzes, I have enough, there's no point in holding it. I'm actually surprised that Pikain didn't go for the Grand Staircase secrets. What, he went for all the entry holes? Okay. That's probably what cost him a match, because actually, did he had any Grand Staircase secrets? I thought he did, but he might actually not. So he goes for the secrets in the entry hall. Because he has some already in the dungeons, it's gonna be fine for him. It might be actually faster than Grand Staircase. But to be completely honest, again, completely honest, but to be honest, I was sure that he's gonna claim Grand Staircase secrets. And entry hall secrets are fine with me. So we continue. I just need Goy's secrets, so I go from this side, not using the elevator. Also because I have enough bronzes, so I don't need any of them. So Pikain. Okay, he didn't go to Bicorn or Goyle. I know I sniped him. Yeah, I went. He picked up the duels. Of course, I cannot pick up the Nimbus. Actually, I did a little bit too late. When you don't know where your opponent is and you've done the duels and you want to secure Nimbus, it's better to claim the win all 10 duels right away. Maybe after a couple seconds. And because what could have happened is Pikain doing some duels, for example being on 5th or 6th, for example, and I claimed the 10 duels. Then what Pikain could have done, and what many people actually do, is actually continue with the duels, in hopes that someone just do the duels without buying, so your opponent can steal any buy goal, especially if there are 2 or more. So I should have claimed it actually much sooner. It doesn't matter at all, but I should have done it. I almost forgot about this secret. That would be pretty bad. Especially if I think he went to Goyle. I don't remember now. I remember a commentary after that he went Bicorn or Goyle, but I don't remember now if it was Bicorn or Goyle. He went to one of them. So we go here. I think it's now enough. Okay. In theory, I could have gone for 15 unique weekend tree park, but come to think of it, wouldn't give this too much. Where was I? I was in Scourge, so 1. I was in Spongify, so what? There are 2, so 3. I was in Diffindo, so 5. So summing up, it's 8. That's it. Where did I end up getting another 7? It's obvious. It's Bicorn and Bicorn plus Goyle. So to be honest, if I claimed collect 50 unique tree barks right away, Pikain should expect I was already in Bicorn and I was already in Goil. You cannot get even 7 just in Goil, and you cannot get... Well, can you get 7? You can get 6 in Bicorn. So it's a possibility that I would have been just in Bicorn. Yeah. If I collected almost everything, I would be on 14 after finishing the Bicorn, just Bicorn. So that would give information that for sure I was in Bicorn. Maybe with going not exactly, but you could have expected that, especially because I'm holding way too much. I'm not having many goals and I could be holding a lot. Of course, Pikain might think that he sniped me on a lot of things, but he has to take into account that it might happen that he wasn't sniping me that much, and the only reason I'm... Oh, bad death, but that's fine. The only reason that I'm not having enough goals is me holding those. So after that, I wanted to claim those goals, but when I saw entry hall secrets, then I was like, oh wait, huh? He did entry hall secrets, I was missing one. Okay, the only winning condition for me now is getting the grand staircase. Why? Let's count. I have I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 goals. So I have this, so 7. I have this, so 8. I have this, so 9. I have 9 of them. Completion stars I cannot compete against, because he did entry hall secrets. He probably was or is in the Gryffindor challenge. Yeah, and that's it. So I have 9, so now I'm going for 10, and I need 3 more. I have claimed this, so let's say it's 11. So I only can skip one of these goals. Of course, the easiest way to, the fastest, the best, I would say, the best way for skip is 5 completion stars, because I can assume Pikain wasn't even trying this. I can assume he wasn't in Willow yet. So completion stars is the only level, is the only thing that I really could skip, and is the only goal that I can skip, really, for him. So I give up on that, but then this I have to get. So I'm going for the grand staircase. Because my plan was, okay, I'm gonna give him grand staircase, I'm gonna get entry hall secrets, and I'm gonna be fine. But of course that's not the case. That's why I was a little bit surprised. I was pretty confident that Pikain was very close or already did grand staircase, but after seeing entry hall secrets, when I noticed, okay, there's no other way I'm gonna win this other than getting the grand staircase. So my guess is now Pikain goes for, yeah, Goil and Bicorn, and probably I soon gonna mark those, because it was quite some time when he claimed entry hall secrets, so he might be in one of those 2 levels. Of course, with that I also can then claim 15 unique weekend read bark, because if I was everywhere, it doesn't give that much information, me claiming this goal, and even if I holded it, Pikain could expect me to hold it. Although I'm pretty sure he would still collect those. You don't have to go there for the secret. I wasn't quite sure if you have to go up to for the bronze. Not this one, the next
the next bronze, which is right here. I wasn't actually quite sure if it counts up as a secret. So then I go for the fastest goal, which is Willow, that I was able to... Oh no, be kind, please. Okay. Unfortunately for him, he wasn't able to get this straight. Wait, without the potion? I thought you need a potion. So to be honest, I wasn't sure if he was in Goy or Bicorn. My only hope was we were racing in a Grand Staircase. Now we're gonna race in Willow. Then we're gonna race in Quidditch matches. And I'm gonna give up on completion stars. Because I was expecting for Pikain to be already finished with the Gryffindor challenge. And of course with Spongify, because I knew he already did this because of the imps. If he didn't claim the imps with the chamber, I might have even tried maybe completion stars. But of course at that point Pikain wasn't really sure if I was in chamber or if I wasn't. He knew I was in Spongify, so if I went to chamber I would have got the imps as well. So my guess is he's now going Willow, or maybe he does duels and I sniped him on duels. No, he goes Willow. Because I need three more goals, and wait, how many Pikain needs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He needs 2 more. So at the start I was thinking maybe he could have gone for the Quidditch. He should also assume he has advantage on the completion stars. So if I was him, I would have gone for the Quidditch matches or the completion stars. It would be hard to decide which one. I would rather go for the win Quidditch matches because I'm probably ahead of me on this. Pikain decides to go for the fast one, and following me in Willow, and I claim this goal when he was in the halfway of doing so, and then I go to the Quidditch, then I go to buy, and that's gonna be it for this match. So it was a very close match, competitive I would say, a lot of tactics even from Pikain. Unfortunately for him I was able to snipe Peace and Shroom Stack, but that sometimes happens if you hold too much. That's why you always go extra safe. If I was greedy, I could have hold it in my matches much more goals. In some cases I kinda have to. In this case I kinda had to be a little bit greedy about Goyle and Bicorn. I was holding them a little bit longer than I liked, but it was kinda required. But to be honest, the second thing was also Pikain was giving me enough like little stuff. This, little, this, like each couple minutes I was getting just a little bit of hints or what Pikain is doing, and that he's not in Bicorn nor Goyle. So I was able to get him faster. And of course Pikain now needs 2 goals where I only need 1, so he has to go. Of course he could hope that actually it's the best case scenario for him, because I could get very bad RNG and he could still
win this. If I went for the completion stars, then I would easily win. So maybe a better decision from me would have been to go for the completion stars. Maybe. But I was afraid I was behind and Pika would just go to Rig 2 to claim it. Yeah. It was kinda too risky. Quidditch was safe. Longer but safer. Because I was 100% sure that it is gonna be mine. And with this one it was like 50-50. Depending on if Pika went to the Victus Sempra after me or went to the Quidditch, because I had to do extra Gryffindor challenge to actually get this goal. Okay, so let's just skip because there's gonna be actually it's the last, I think. Yep, that's the last of Quidditch, and
Fortunately for me, I've won. But it's not over yet. Not okay. Not 2 matches, but 3 matches this video. Oh, wait. Okay, that's interesting. I thought Pikain was... Actually, I thought Pikain did the icon on his video, but no, it's after editing who's talking, okay. Now let's go to the third match. This one I was counting for Pikain, so I also remember this match, so it's not gonna be a blind watch this time. For the future ones that I'm not gonna compete at, I'm gonna be watching them blind. At max I'm gonna know the outcome, but at the match itself not that much. Okay, let's check the board. So we have let's check Harry Potter Wizard card by Quidditch, but that's it. When it comes to challenges, I've already seen quite some goals. So bean boxes, Scourge, decanters, challenge stars, Scourge, beat the goal time, finish a spell, Scourge. Okay, Scourge is way too strong. When you look at it, there's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 goals related or closely related to the Scourge. This one I wouldn't add. I could have added with like 9 with the start with the unique potion cauldrons, because Spongify Scourge is also not the worst with this and with this as well. So obviously Scourge is the main level. If someone manages somehow to get all of the Scourge, the game is practically over, to be completely honest. Unless the second person is gonna predict every next movement up to the T. But Scourge is here too strong to skip it. Oh, Harry Potter Wizard card and Gold Wizard cards challenge. So if there was one silver card, then I kinda understand why people might be skipping silver cards, because it's a lot of dedication to go for something that long run. But if there are 2, it's a little bit too much to skip those silvers. So I would recommend everyone to, in those scenarios, to collect those silvers whenever they can. Of course, if they're not lengthy, you can go extra way to grab those, but these are pretty important. Now let's see. Now let's mark those again, actually. So we have bean boxes, decanters, complete Scourge, stars, cards, chests, beat the time, and finish challenge.
So, there are a lot of stuff. You can try to go for all of them, hoping you're gonna win or at least be ahead on everything. That's, I'm gonna say it, Pikain in this tourney is the best glitchless runner, so Pikain can easily go for all of them, and even if he gets stolen by his opponent by a couple of them, he's gonna be completely fine whatsoever. But in terms you are equal or worse than Pikain, for example me and Trigger, I would be in the same bad situation as Trigger, then what can you do to maybe cut him short? Of course, Pikain can cut something else short, but that's the other thing completely. So, what's on your advantage? Let's check the Scourge level by like more deeply. So, we have beat the goal time into let's see. Let's just say I'm gonna fuck everything. I'm just gonna go and finish. Just goes. I don't care about the word. I'm just gonna finish. Just complete Scourge. Okay, that's one. Let's check the other fast ones. Open 8 chests in Scourge is practically free. You just have to cast on some of them. So I think that's completely fine. Finish a spell, you just have to grab a gnome at the end. There's practically no time loose. Knock over 4 decanters. One is free and the second one is upstairs. That's fine. Well, you know what else is upstairs? 1 bean box. And the rest are free. You actually only need to, you can even go only for 1 decanter. There's 1 bad card and there are challenges. So what you can do is, let's for example get the colors because I went for the Pikains. So what special trigger might be focusing on is bean boxes, but only 2 of them, skipping the last, decanters, or maybe a decanter, getting 1 of them, completing the Scourge, because he's gonna be faster, he's just gonna complete the Scourge, and getting those chests in the meantime. The rest, he's gonna give up. So the cards are Pikains, so the chance stars are Pikains, and beat the goal time is Pikains. You are skimming a lot, but you're way ahead. Why do you only go for 2 bean boxes, not 3, and only 1 decanters, not 3? Because when you go, is there a goal of it? No, there is no grand staircase. Grand staircase, grand stairs has what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 bean box, beans, and 3 decanters. As you can see, we're gonna make this. As you can see, you can make this. And that's the strategy I would actually go for. And you're gonna go finish a spell challenge with no, yeah, that's it. So basically, you're getting 5 in a cost of 3. And probably it's gonna leave the Scourge sooner by, let's say, 30 seconds. Because the bottom card is very long, going up at the end of the Scourge, actually you have to go there either way, so it doesn't matter for the gnome. But you understand the idea behind this. That's the method I would personally recommend. Also, you skip the Pief's secret because you need this to get the beat time, so you need all 10 challenge stars, and because you're behind the challenge stars, you can practically give up this. It's not necessarily that you do, and also this, it's not necessarily that you do, but you lose a lot of advantage on it, and there are no like extremely good other. You can go to Spongify right after, but on the other hand, you might lose on the counters and beam boxes if
Pika decides to go to the Grand Staircase. But if you do, you can try to get ahead on this and get ahead on this. It's a possibility. But that's the thing I wanted to talk about. Let's move on because I spent a lot of time here. But I wanted to talk about some heavy levels and that you can cut someone short on those. Let's see what both of the players are gonna do. Pika is going for the card, and Trigger is also going for the card. Let's see if they're gonna both go for everything that's possible, but if they go for the card, they probably go all for everything, because the rest of the stuff is practically free. Trigger, there are missing some stuff here, but that's fine, you can collect them later. Maybe Trigger's gonna skip potentially the secret with the Piefs. And he does. So he has an advantage on that regard. It's a nice advantage, I'm not gonna say it's no. But as you can see, it's might not be enough to win against Pika. But we'll see how it's gonna turn out. Now if you went there, collected the first bronze, you go for it without even thinking. So Trigger getting those, Pika getting those as well. He got the counters. Trigger getting some chest cards as well as Pika. So let's see how this card is gonna turn out for both of them. And also skipping cards to skip this card, which is kinda lengthy. That's why I propose to skip the cards altogether. Even if you're gonna be short on two silvers for the Harry Potter challenge card and gargoyles, I think it's still worth it. And as you can see, unfortunately for Trigger, Pika is already on pace, and I think now he's ahead. In glitchless, I would recommend what Pika did. So hit it 1, and now you can hit 2 times, like vines in forest. So it's considered as 2 attacks. So you open this box 3 times, which empties the big box. That's the fastest way to do it. This one also, if I remember correctly, requires 3, or maybe 2. With 2 you can do double casts as previous. Okay, maybe Trigger's gonna get something. Maybe Pika is not gonna get the gnome. Oh, and that's the point that Special Trigger has a problem, because not only is he losing this goal, death, he sees that Pika is right here. So yeah, that's losing a lot. So unfortunately, even with my strategy, if he died like this, it would have been over. But it's not the at the end of the match. Trust me, this one is gonna be interesting nonetheless. Even with Trigger's unfortunate and very painful death. Extremely painful, I would even say. So, as I've said and as I expected, Pika went for everything this challenge. I'm not sure if that would be the case against someone like me. My guess is yes, but I don't know. So Pika goes for the Spogify as the next step for the... Is he thinking, or... I think he was... Oh, okay, he goes for the Cauldron next to the Scourge. He forgot. But he will go to the Spongify as the next and kind of obvious extensions of his route.
So Spongify secrets, getting some bean boxes, being very close to this. Unfortunately, not being able to get the goal time because secrets take way too long, and he might not be fast enough. Well, for sure he's not gonna be. So, but he's gonna be close to the 21 challenge stars. He can get the 4th decanter, a lot of pixies, having a lot of ingredients to get the potion ingredients. That's the natural. Spongify challenge stars. That's natural level to progress. So it's completely understandable. Now the trigger. What can he do? Especially if he's behind. He died. Even without death, it will be a problem to catch up to Pikain. But what he does is very, very good. If you die with the opponent at the same level, of course, and let's say you finish Scourge earlier, but he snipes you in the end because you haven't picked that, or you decided to hold, anything that happens, whatever, and you die in this level, it's very good what Trigger does, which is steal it. This one is gonna be hard to steal, but you get the point. You can actually come back from your mistake and cut your opponent short on the, from his point of view, very easy task in his way. So Trigger is getting some bean boxes, the counters, and he has already 4, so he cut Pikain on one of the goals, so it's not that great anymore. Also, this might trigger some worries about with Pikain. It shouldn't, but it might. How did he get 4 the counters? It's most probably after Scourge. He got sniped and he went to Grand Staircase to get those 4 decanters. But your opponent might not catch that and might be afraid about other stuff. He already went to Spongify, he got 2 in Spongify, and he finished them in Grand Staircase. Why it's not the case in this moment and why Pixie shouldn't worry about this, Spongify takes way longer. He should be about 30 seconds from finishing the Spongify. Not finishing in the Grand Staircase and getting those 2 decanters. Trust me, Spongify is even longer than Scourge plus dying. So it could potentially make some worries to your opponent that, wait, is he in Spongify? But I'm pretty sure, Pikain not holding the Lumos, but that's completely fine. So it might be worrying for some people. I don't think Pikain thinks about it, and even if he thinks, he knows that Spongify is too lengthy of a level, and that Trigger could have stealed it like this from him. But it will be very interesting, to be completely honest. If that would happen, that would be insane. Set of snipes. But Scourge is a little bit too powerful to just give it up. Although, in the long term, it could have worked. And the problem only is Spongify is way too lengthy. Finishing Spongify, secrets, challenge stars, with everything, and getting those 2 decanters and the Grand Staircase, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be slower than Pikain doing Scourge and getting those 2 decanters. So he probably would have gone for the decanters and might potentially steal it. That would be the downside for this. Trigger is going for for potion ingredients to probably get potion cauldrons and a little bit of more potions. And it's gonna open now. No, you scared. Okay, you scared her. That's unfortunate. Is he... or he gives up? Or is he gonna try and do it? Nonetheless? Yes, okay, that's good. That he decides to continue. He goes for the ingredients. My guess is, yeah, one each. To get some potions. For the unique potion cauldrons and for couple or not couple, one more potions. Of course, you need 5 unique potion cauldrons, so you need to use this potion cauldron 5 times, and when you use it 5 times, you're gonna end up with 5 potions. So it's not really necessary to, in this case, to make some extra potions. Of course, with this you can cut your opponent off getting potions, but not potion cauldrons. For example, after Bicorn. That would be one of the decisions, potentially. So let's stop. What trigger can actually go for? What else do we have here? He should expect for Pikain to get this, this. He should be giving up on this as well. So, what are the levels that the trigger is yet to get? He can be quite comfortable about getting those potions. So let's say it's his for now on. We have Willow with 2 balls, which is very strong, and those are the fast levels. He can even hold it a little bit, because he knows Pikain is still in Spongify. Of course, most probably Pikain is gonna hold those Spongify, because it's kind of obvious for special trigger to go for the Grand Staircase, getting bean boxes already. In theory, trigger could have hold those bean boxes, but to be completely honest, those decanters kind of gave the game away. So there's no really a point. Is there anything else really? I think there are 2 Rictus Emperors or 1? No, only 1. There's buying, but there's only 1 buying. So and Slytherin again. Slytherin I missed. So it's Slytherin or Willow. Slytherin seems to be a better decision for Pikain to go next. So I would personally go for Slytherin if I was trigger. Let's see what happens. And that's probably what's gonna happen. Why Slytherin is good for Pikain in this moment? Because you can get some extra potion ingredients for potion cauldrons. You can kill a lot of... unless trigger is going for the Bicorn. Okay, he's gonna go for the Bicorn. Is there only 1 goal? There is only 1 goal, but there are some pixies, potion ingredients. It's not the worst, but I would honestly recommend him to go for Slytherin. Why the Slytherin is the good next level for Pikain? Because it might not sound that obvious. Pikain is ahead on stars. He doesn't have to rush for them. He doesn't have to rush for the beat the goal time in 2 spell challenges, probably. Because trigger isn't going for the might not go for the one of the levels, and if he does, he cannot win if trigger is already on the rig 2. He's gonna be fine on pixies, potion cauldrons, 2 nice goals in Slytherin, so it's a nice next level for Pikain to continue. Pikain getting those Spongify secrets and going for the Grand Staircase. For the potion cauldron, potions as well. Let's see if he continues with anything. He continues, or is he? He's gonna probably get some ingredients to activate another potion cauldron goal. So they're gonna be now, I'm pretty sure, equal on that regard. and he wasn't fast enough. Wait, let me check. Was Pikain? Oh, because Pikain was doing a potion, of course. So the cycle is off, so he's not quite fast enough to get this, especially if he wavers like this. So yeah, it's gonna be a problem for him. He would have to wait an entire cycle. That's why I think Slytherin in the end would be a better decision. Yep. Well, maybe not that's why, but I would still prefer Slytherin overall. Of course, another small problem, you don't know what Trigger is up to. Now, you cannot really know if it's Willow, if it's Slytherin. Just to be safe, I would say for safe, not really. Trigger can go for Slytherin to cut Pikain off, as I've said. He could also go for Willow because Willow is fast, so Pikain going there is kinda risky. And other levels are also a problem because Trigger might outsmart him. So Pikain literally has to choose one of the levels, which was Slytherin, that I was expecting Pikain to go for, before of those reasons that I said before. So unfortunately Trigger loses the opportunity to snipe Pikain, but he could potentially hold this Bicorn for maybe another time. Maybe Pikain is gonna enter Bicorn at some point. And Trigger is also gonna be ahead on the potions and the potion cauldrons. He has 16 ectoplasmic Bicorn, but in total there are 25, so he can skip most of them. Getting some ingredients there. Unfortunately, this cauldron cannot be activated in Bingo client at this very moment, which is kinda sad. Actually, I think it should be patched, because why not? It's kinda weird. So Pikain getting 4 extra pixies. It's not gonna be enough, but he's should be very close. Let's see what special trigger is going for. Is it maybe Riktu, or is it gonna be Willow, or lose Quidditch match, then Willow? That would be also a good decision from him. But he goes for the Willow. One of the levels I was expecting him to go. Or he goes to Boomslang first. Okay. It's also not bad a decision, especially because there is Potion Cauldron here, and you can get a nice mucus after Boomslang, so there's an opportunity for another Potion Cauldron. This might give Pikain the information that Trigger is also close to the Potion Cauldrons, but other than that, not that much. He could be in many levels, many places, giving 5 potions, so holding it doesn't really matter. Even holding unique Potion Cauldrons makes more sense than just potions, unless it's like, I don't know, first goal you mark in first 5 minutes of the game, then it gives information out that you've been in Bicorn. But in this situation, actually Trigger claimed Bicorn, so it even matters less. There's complete Boomslang for Trigger, so he can do this. He can go for the Willow now. It will be very nice for him, especially because Pikain is Pikain. Pikain will probably go to Willow, well, most likely. He should know that Trigger might be going there. Oh, Pikain is going for the Cauldron. Pikain might expect Trigger to go there after Boomslang because he just marked it. And thanks to that, Pikain can hold Slytherin, but he doesn't. Although Pikain goes for the Boom Slang again. Well, not again, like we see another person goes there. Probably the reason is the ingredients for unique potion cauldron, or flexing his skills. That might be the case. Let's see. Okay. I guess he can do it every time now. Yeah, he goes for the ingredients here. Although that might be a little bit too hard of a focus on potion cauldrons. But I understand why he might have skipped the Willow, because Trigger just finished Boomslang. Although Pikain is still trying to go for the Willow, so Trigger might actually snipe him, especially because Trigger isn't holding his goals by that much. He can do a little bit, probably because Pikain was holding Slytherin, so he has another like half a minute for the Willow. My guess Trigger wanted to go for lose Quidditch match, but he decides to do something else. For my guess is unique potion cauldrons. That's my guess to finish this one off. And he gets the Willow, snipes the Pikain. That, to be honest, should expect Trigger to finish it. Trigger is on 4 potion cauldrons, I'm pretty sure. So he's pretty close to achieving that goal. Trigger doesn't really know what to do, because, to be honest, his opportunities shambles a little bit. Goes to Spongify, probably just to get ingredients, but it's kind of a lengthy level, because you have to do first part. If you could have skipped the second part and the end, it could have been fine, because there are 2 ingredients at the end. But here it's gonna be a problem. Pikain is starting with the Riktu. I wanted to propose it for Trigger, because Pikain is gonna need another spell challenge either way. To be honest, it could have been Defendo, but Defendo is pretty lengthy for just 2 levels, for 2 goals. Maybe with the third with Pixies, but Sembra always seemed to be a kinda nice level. Unfortunately, Trigger is also skipping some silvers. I haven't seen Pikain collecting that much, but he should be ahead at this point. No, Trigger is not getting those ingredients earlier, so I'm not quite sure what his goal is here, is to achieve here. Maybe getting some Pixies. Oh, and Trigger dies, unfortunately. It's not that painful, but still losing him couple seconds. Unfortunately, and again. So probably Pixies. That's my guess. Losing Quidditch matches kinda loses the momentum. Oh, Pikain is doing the strat. Losing a Quidditch match by Trigger would lose him a little bit of momentum, yes. So Trigger can steal 13 Pixies, because I'm pretty sure Pikain was actually, if I now remember correctly, Pikain had exactly 13. So yeah, I'm pretty sure he had, because he got all of them in Spongify, 1 in Scourge, and 4 in Slytherin. So yeah. Perhaps Trigger getting some ingredients. That's why Defendo for Trigger wouldn't be that bad. Well, not the worst decision out of all of them. He goes for the potion cauldron in the Gryffindor challenge room. Pikain invested some extra time to get those potion cauldrons. For example, going to Boomslang just for it, going to the cauldron in Boomslang just for it. So Trigger, let's say he snipes it, because I'm pretty sure Pikain was on 4 as well. But what is Trigger planning on doing? He's now collecting silvers. Well, better late than never. Unfortunately, it might cost him a little bit. Is he going to... He's gonna go Defendo or lose the Quidditch match? Yeah, first he lose the Quidditch match. Oh, maybe Defendo? He goes or maybe lose Quidditch match? So he goes firstly to losing Quidditch match. Maybe cutting Pikain off in the future. Then probably Defendo and hoping that he's able to get cards before Pikain. Let's see the situation on the board from Trigger's perspective. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 goals. Oh, it's already 9? Wait. Yeah, it's already 9. It's gonna be 10th here. And for example, he can go Defendo or buy Harry Potter this. He cannot really finish this race, or I mean win this race, this bingo, without getting silvers, so it's gonna be very important for him to do so. Unfortunately for him, Pikain was collecting some of them, and if I remember correctly, he's already on 11, where Trigger might be on just a couple. Of course, Pikain is also on Ring to Separate Secrets, going to beat the goal time, so actually there's a lot of stuff that Trigger has to do, and kind of predict Pikain's movement from now on. Oh, Pikain must have missed the Scourge goal time. Yeah, he missed it. So it's kinda bad re-entering this level. So Special Trigger has quite some time on his side. He's getting some silvers because he kinda has to. Maybe this one isn't the fastest one, but he's in big need for those. I don't think what I would do, to be completely honest, because there is the Findle that you can go for, getting those secrets and getting some cards in there as well, or going to duels to get the Quidditch armor. That's one of the goals that Pikain is gonna miss, because he's on 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's gonna get 10, 11th, and he needs just 2 more. It might be just silvers, yes, but you can let Pikain has a decision on that. So Special Trigger is going for buying, right? Yes, he's gonna do the duels, and he's gonna try to buy Quidditch armor. My next guess is getting the Defendo, and my next guess is going to Gold Wizard, Gold Cards challenge, and that's the way he can win. Pikain getting some glitches. I have to learn how to move, make this movement like Pikain did. Gonna be important for the future, for sure. So Trigger is doing some Quidditch matches. Now Pikain probably is gonna rush the silvers because he's kinda close to achieving that. I don't know if it's gonna be enough now to get the Harry Potter Wizard card. I mean, no,
for the 20 silver cards for the Harry Potter Wizard card. I'm not sure what's the exact amount. He might be missing a sum. Yeah, he was 11 after Rick too, so I think it's couple still. But he's very close, much closer than Trigger, and that's gonna be.
Wait, once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, Pikain only needs 2 more, so getting those silvers practically secures him a win. Of course, it might happen that Trigger is also collecting those silver cards to get Harry Potter and Gargoyles out of gold cards, but to be honest, for Trigger, it's a little bit too risky to do so. Because Pikain at any point can just enter Defendo, or at any point can start dueling and have an advantage of Trigger. Trigger is missing just a couple of beams, so he decides to collect those. You can do it in the grounds, so that's gonna be fine if you decide to buy it now. To be honest, that's the only possibility for Trigger, is to hope that Pikain is now dueling, trying to get the Quidditch armor from George, then probably going to Defendo to get another silvers, and then 2 gold cards. But Pikain is on his way to collect the rest of the silvers, because Trigger has only 5, not 15, right? He has only 5. He needs 15 more, and Pikain needs 3 or 4. Although I think Pikain can get those in the grounds. I think he didn't collect them. Yeah, I'm pretty much positive. The Quidditch one, 2 on the grounds, he might go there now. Oh wait, he's 3 more or 2 more? But yeah, that's gonna be practically it for this match, with Pikain winning on the collecting some silvers. So I think, yeah, he's now on 20. He's now gonna enter gold cards, and there's nothing for Trigger to even do. So it was a good run for the Trigger, even with those deaths. Especially I like the start. I like that he was able to cut the cauldrons. If he managed to go to the Slytherin instead of Bicorn, it would have helped him a lot. Sniping Pikain. But unfortunately, it wasn't quite enough. Those deaths were painful. Even if he still lose on Scourge, he was still losing a lot of time because of that. So that's it. That's it for this match. GG's for both of them, and that's our group. Next time we're gonna check the second group, which might appear in this. There's gonna be some just. So yeah, it's 2-0 for me, 1 for Pikain, and 0-2 for Trigger. Unfortunately, that means Trigger is no longer playing, and that's gonna be it for this video. Bye bye.